What's going on? Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Miss Watley Presents Old School Tuesday Turnup. I hope everyone had a good weekend, because I know I did. Listen, I'm going to tell everybody, please go out and vote. I mean, if you haven't vote, go vote. See, I got my vote mask on. Go get your vote on. But listen, right about now, I have a special guest with me here tonight. So I'm thinking, should I introduce this woman the right way? But wait a minute, no, she doesn't need no introduction because she's Robin S. Everyone, please show some love for the one, the only, the show me love to Robin S. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. That's
I'm
good.
doing very well, thank you. No complaints.
Oh, that's good. Are you staying safe?
Oh, absolutely. As much as I can.
That's,
As much as I can.
that's good. That's good. You know what? I'm gonna take it all the way back. Let's take it all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, gosh.
Who influenced you to sing and why?
Oh, my influences were people like Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman, Nancy Wilson, um, all of the old school singers, Flatfoot singers that just took you to church every week, or every night. Those were my influences. I love them.
Did you know you always wanted to sing?
Absolutely. From the age of 5. Absolutely. I did. And I knew that I had to take care of myself. I knew that I had to work when I grew up and got older. I knew I had to support myself, but singing was something that I always wanted to do. It was there. You know, it's embedded in my system.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the "Show Me Love" song, I love that song to this day. Like I told you earlier, I was up here bumping it in my car yesterday, today, just acting a fool with it. Now, how did you have the opportunity to recording that song, and why is it still so popular to this day?
Well, I was singing with a band from the time I was 15. I was singing with a local band, and a friend of mine came to hear me sing, and she said, well, I have some people that I want you to meet, and I want you to hear what they have. And I went to meet them, and they played the song, this track, Show Me Love track. And I looked at them like, I can't do that. No, that music's too fast for me. I don't know how to do that. I can't sing that.
Right.
And they said, well, just try it, just try it. And I took it home and didn't like it, couldn't stand the song. The truth be told, I was like, I'm not singing this song. I don't sing dance music. I love to dance to it, but I don't sing dance music.
Right.
And so, they basically said, take it home, live with it. So I did. I pulled it apart. I took it word for word, and I tried to figure out, by this time I had 2 kids, so I tried to figure out where it fit in my life. Have I ever had promises that, broke my heart? Have I ever, been in a situation where things didn't go right, and I felt lonely, or, I felt like I needed to be shown? Yeah. So I did. I took it apart, and I put me in it. I put my life in it. And okay, I came back, and we were going to go do the song, and then I caught the flu. So what you hear now, what that video that's playing right now, and the music and the sound that you hear coming out of that, I had the flu.
Oh, wow.
So I was sick as a dog. I
Wow.
was so sick.
Wow. I seen it where you even got in 1994. You got the chance to perform at the American Music Award. I seen that too on YouTube. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was a very exciting. Because I had like a gospel feel. I guess people would tell me I had a gospel feel. They really didn't know where to place me. Excuse me. They would place me on hip hop shows. They would place me on R&B shows. They would place me on freestyle shows. So I was all over the place, you know. But it was wonderful because I'll always consider them my peers,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was wonderful to be performing, you know, with my peers. And the thing is that it's that first note that everybody looks for. You know, everything else all in between, they're too busy singing, so they don't know whether I'm singing it or not, which I am. But
Mm-hmm.
it's that first note, excuse me, and that last note that I have to hit that people look for, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Oh yeah, she's singing, she's singing, yeah, she's singing."
You talking about that? Oh, I can't sing it, but
Yeah, that
don't
long
you don't want to
note.
hear me sing? You don't want to hear me sing? No, I can't sing, everyone. So don't listen. No, still can't sing. Well, yes, I'm like when I be listening to, I listen to the note, and I'm in the note goes so long. You're like, hey, okay, okay, yeah. I love.
Well, and would you believe I have asthma? So it's like, you know, I have to think about that note before I hit that note because
Mm-hmm.
I have to really hold that note, you know, and I'm really
Mm-hmm.
singing that note. So yeah.
I mean, you know, it's so perfect in the music video, and you was like on it, and I'm like, wow, okay, like, no, she getting it.
That was a long night. We were there from let's see, we were there from like 4:30 in the morning until
Mm,
way after midnight.
mm,
So it was a long, long day doing that video. First video, it was nice though. It was very
mhm,
nice, very enlightening, um, um, very euphoric for me. You know,
mhm.
it's something I'd never done before, so it was really nice.
Now, how was your second album more different from your first album? Because your second album came, one of my songs I dearly love, I told you what happened to me earlier, I was eating at the food restaurant today, blasting up the song, It Must Be Love. And the girl looking at me like, what is she already doing? And I'm like, what are you looking at? I'm sitting up here blasting up my music right now. And I was sitting there like, dun, 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 dun. I just love that song. Like, how was your second album more different from your first album?
Well, the second album allowed me to spread my wings a little bit. Not a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit. Showed more of a colorful Robiness, you know, and not just, even though to this day, all people want to hear is Show Me Love. But, you know, I mean, I'm blessed. You know, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know, I'm not allowed to grow, but this is the song that has kept me alive, and I thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for over 30 years. This
Mm-hmm.
song is 30 years old. The
Mm-hmm.
original came out October 13th, 1990. And so I'm really able to sustain and still be a household name,
Mm-hmm.
you know, off of the song. But It Must Be Love, it was a funny story. I told you about this. It Must Be Love was recorded for the Space Jams movie.
Right.
This was the song I was supposed to sing for Space Jams. And because I said, okay, let me just sing the heck out of this song. So, you know, I'll never have to sing it again. It's gonna be
Right.
on a soundtrack. It's gonna be good. I'll never have to sing it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shame on me because they decided to choose that one for the first single
Mm-hmm.
for the album, and I wind up having to sing it over and over and over and over again. And you know, they chose a couple of my songs for Space Jam, so I was really, really ecstatic about that as well.
I mean, everyone, you guys gotta go get It Must Be Love because I told you I went and downloaded the song last night and I was just jamming to it. That song, I love it now. I could not stop listening to it today.
Well, it's a remake. It's a remake song,
Hmm.
and I believe it's the Jones Girls, yeah, that originally did that song. So it's a
Really.
remake,
And
and
it's funny
I
that
just tried to do my best. You know, I tried to present it in the way that they would be proud.
really, oh my God, it's funny you say that because I'm gonna have Shirley Jones from the Jones Girl. I'm gonna interview her in November. So yeah,
Hmm.
and so yeah, I can't wait to tell her. Like, girl, you know that is now my song. So how do you
I believe it
find?
was so.
And so, how do you define yourself? And do you define yourself as a house/dance artist, or do you like to be defined as another genre, or you really don't matter because you can do all genres?
I don't think it really matters to me. I mean,
Hmm.
singing is what I've always loved to do. Um, I guess for the politics, the
Hmm.
political side of everything, and how they have to categorize you. I guess it
Hmm.
matters, but I don't know. I don't I don't think it matters to me. Not at all. Not at all.
Right,
I
right.
just like singing.
Do you ever feel in the 90s there were several house and dance music artists, so many of you guys. Did you ever feel at the time that you had to compete with those other artists, or you just like, no, I don't, I'm just gonna be me and I'm gonna do my own thing?
No, I never wanted to compete with any of them. I respected all of them. You know,
Right.
that's just where I came from. I had, I still have a love for what God has given me. I still have a love for the gift that I have.
Hmm.
And so I don't need to disrespect someone where I want to be. I
Hmm.
respect all of them and I just, hey, it's me.
Right.
It's me.
Right. Right. And now I told you I was shocked to know you were featured on several soundtracks. And some people may not know this, but like you said, Space Jam, and you did B.A.P.S, which I was not aware of, and that is one of my good movies. But I
Yeah,
told you the
yeah,
other
yeah.
day, I listened to there's a song called Dance, and I'm like, and you told me that was you, and I'm like, wait, that's you with Mary Mary. That is the song. This Dance is from the Doctor Dolittle soundtrack. So what was it like
Yeah.
recording those soundtracks and also having an opportunity to record with Mary Mary for the Doctor Dolittle soundtrack?
It was wonderful. I mean, those sisters can sing,
Hmm.
and I'm always amazed. And the thing was, I was like, okay, I know they can sing. I know Tina and Erica can really, really blow, I was like, okay, I got to be able to hold my own when I'm singing with them. And
Right,
there was a part that each of us had. It says, I can dance, I can dance, I can. And I was
right.
like, okay, I got to hit those notes. I have to hit those notes. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful experience to
Hmm.
be able to sing with them coming out the box because they were just
Hmm.
coming out the box and I mean look at where they are now. They've blown up and wow. It just feels good to know that I played not I won't say a major part, but I was a part of their history. Put it that way. I was a part of their history, and it felt good.
Right, because when I hear dance, like today I was sitting there listening to it, and this whole time you don't like, I didn't know you came, you actually came in the second verse. And I'm like, because I always wonder who was that person in the other verses, but I was so busy
Well,
into the song.
it was the rap part, and then I
Right,
came in. Right,
right.
sitting in the corner reminiscing about the course my life has taken, all my ups and all my downs, but your mercy and grace has brought me to this place.
When I think, oh, sorry, no, I don't need to be singing. Don't need to be singing. I you can stop doing it. I can't sing, so I don't need to be. Told you, I love that song so much. I don't need to be singing, but yes, I was like sitting there, like, who is that person? And then I looked it up on Google. You told me, I was like, that's you, girl. I love that
Yeah,
song. Oh, this whole time.
yeah.
And remember, I told you I went to YouTube and people used to bump and I was wondering the whole entire Dr. Dolittle soundtrack from start to
Mhm,
finish.
mhm.
Oh my goodness. And then you had the opportunity of being on the Space Jam soundtrack. And you did.
Yeah, yeah. The Space Jam soundtrack was. Well, again, the song that I was supposed to be on Space Jams ended up my first single. So
Mm,
the song that I wrote with Todd Terry, we were in the studio recording another song for the album. And he
mhm.
said, well, Robin, check out this beat. So he started playing the beat. And I was like, okay. I'm giving you all that I've got, the best part of me. I'll be there for you, baby. Just open your eyes and you'll see. And so, bam, there was another song that was being birthed. And it was wonderful, because we actually just re-released it. It's just
Really?
been re-released. Yes, girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go
Yes.
check that out. Okay, cool. You
Yes.
guys here
But
re-released,
I mean, it
everyone
was wonderful.
re-released. Right.
Yeah. It was
Right.
wonderful. It's a wonderful experience. And, my best writing is right there in the studio.
Mhm.
When someone plays something for me and I'm sitting there and I just allow the music and the chords and the keys to talk to me, and tell me, what it is that I'm supposed to be saying, what sounds, what words are they making,
Right.
when they're being played. And so it's so much easier for me to just, pull it all together when I'm in the studio.
Right. So how did you get picked doing one of my old time favorite movies? I told you about B.A.P.S. You did a song I Can't Wait. How did you That's
Well,
my movie.
I Can't Wait was done with originally with Michael O'Hara. And he wrote a lot of songs for Anita Baker, and then it was remixed with Maurice Joshua, and they just submitted the song, and then the other song, "Love Is Shining Down on Me," which is when the credits are rolling up. Wanna shout it from the highest mountain, lift up my eyes for all the world to see. That song.
That's
But
that is my song.
that song was written by myself, Tony Moran, Nikki Richards, and I think two other people. But I had no idea that was going to go on that movie. But I was elated. Every time it comes on, this is the funny part about it, because every time it comes on, it's like I hit a text message from my daughter going, cha-ching, cha-ching, you know.
Right.
Mom, look. But it's just a really nice feeling to know that your body of work is being appreciated by people. And
Right.
there was several other movies, Welcome to Whoop Whoop, where I did a song called oh gosh, what is it? Once in a Lifetime Love. And the thing about Once in a Lifetime Love was there was a part in the song where people thought that it was electronics that were doing it. And when I actually did a live show and sang the song, and they were like, "Oh my God, she really did. She can do that." People were looking to see if I was going to be mimicking the song or voiceover in the song. And I was singing it live, and it was like, how do you, what in the world, So it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me to prove to people that, okay, yeah, it's me. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that.
Right. So you're talking about okay, writing and everything being in the studio. How would you define yourself being a songwriter?
I'm an inspirational songwriter these days. You
Okay.
know, I write from experience. I write from life. I allow life to teach me a lot of things, and I allow life to show me a lot of things. And so, because I'm a very straightforward type person, I have no filters sometimes. So I try to write things down to make it seem, to bring it all together, put it that way. Because sometimes, people don't accept people with no filters. And I'm that person that if you don't really want to know the truth, then don't ask me. I mean, basically, that's what it is. So
Right.
with situations, other people's situations, I never mention the names of the situations, but life in general, life in general is a beast. And I tell people that all the time. Life in general is a beast, and it's the way you maneuver through it. And sometimes people maneuver softly and swiftly, and other times people can't maneuver through it. But I think I'm just a writer of inspiration, because I try to inspire people, so that they understand that you are nothing without God, and God should always be the center of your life. I always manage to put his body of work within my songs.
Okay. So how would you say that I know how come art people here in the States don't respect music like they do overseas?
Well, that's a twofold question, okay? Because um, here in the States, you're only as good as your last hit. And sometimes, most times, that's not true, because you're doing other things,
Right.
and people have their favorites here.
Mm-hmm.
Overseas, you get to hear the entire body of work that a person does, which means you get to hear the entire album. You get
Mm-hmm.
to choose what song you like in an album, on an album.
Right.
Here, it's what they want you to hear. And I know a lot of that is, A&R and record companies and whatever is record company is left and A&Rs and however they do things. But that's what it is. It's contained here. It's contained, and it's not contained overseas.
That's crazy. Like we do that. Like we pick. It's like we hear a song on the radio, and then next, the artist disappear, and then you don't hear from them anymore. And then you always wonder, okay,
And then they call you one hit wonders.
right? That's true. They do.
Right? They call you
right.
one hit wonders. But meantime, overseas, you need bodyguards and security, and
Wow.
you need to be rushed through stadiums, and you need a whole bunch of stuff. But when you come here, it's see, I'm not on 24/7. I'm just not. My light bulb, Robin S. light bulb, is not on 24/7. Okay, as we spoke yesterday, there's a me, there's a her, and there's a she. Okay, who you're speaking. Well, who you spoke to yesterday was me. Okay, who you're speaking to now is she. Okay, because you're asking me professional questions, and when I'm on stage, I'm her. But after all the lights and glitz go off, I go back to me. There has to be a balance for me, because if there isn't, I don't even want to think about if there isn't. Humility has its place in my life, and the me person loves being humble and loves just being real. The her and the she is real. She comes to life, when she's on stage, and she becomes Robin S. And I talk just like this on stage. Anyone who's ever seen me sing, I'm very honest, I'm very open, but there's a certain way that you have to carry yourself. Whereas, you just can't be you. You have to be this person that people think that you are or want you to be. So there is a balance in my life, and I like being me. I can honestly say I like being me.
Right, because I like
has
that.
COVID has taught me a lot of things, though, about me, because we spoke about it before, and for 30 years I've been on a sugar rush. Honestly, and anyone in the industry can attest to this. I've been on a sugar rush. By that I mean I've been traveling from here to there, to here to there, to here to there, to here to there, performing in front of thousands of people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people, and coming back home, and then, the sugar rush, the sugar goes down, and then I go back out again, and I get another dosage of sugar. Well, with COVID, I haven't been able to go anywhere,
Right.
So I've crashed, I've crashed a little bit, and it took me through some sets of emotions that, wow, like what am I gonna do? This is this is not all that I know how to do, but this is what I love to do. So what's next? And I realized that I don't have patience, because I'm usually, okay, I'm here, I'm there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but to sit down and actually wait for something, oh my God, it's driving me crazy, y'all. That is really driving me crazy right about now. Having to wait, yeah, that process, I don't like that process at all. I'm getting used to it. I'm trying not to get too used to it, because I'm ready to get back on the road, but it is what it is.
And I like that, because like when you told me that yesterday, I got to see another side of you, and then we had a regular conversation. So I got to see Robin off the stage behind the microphone. Was an ordinary, cool, down to earth lady, and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And sometimes artists, yes, they do act like they're on stage, like they're above people. It's like, well, you don't have to be that. Just be you, be real. Just to, keep it real. And that's what, and I like that about
people,
you.
What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get.
Right. I like that. And when I seen you yesterday, I was just like, inside, I was like hollering, but on the outside, I'm like, she's down to earth. I'm just gonna talk to her like I do anybody else. So hey girl, how
It's
you
like I
doing?
told you yesterday. I told you yesterday. I said, I appreciate the respect. I really do appreciate the
And I
respect.
can call you Miss Robbie.
But you call me Miss Robin. Don't call me Miss Robin. Just call me Robin. That's fine.
I know, because it did. I just did it when we came on here. I was like, hey, Miss Robin. You were like, did you just call me Miss Robin? I'm like, ooh, I did do that. And then I told you I did it again in the text. I'm like, ooh, I
I
did say
know. I
that.
saw it.
I
I
was
saw
like,
it.
I might want to stop, but it's just the respect of it all. You just want to
Yeah,
be
I appreciate it.
respectful.
I
Right.
appreciate it. I do. I understand. I definitely understand. But you do have my permission. You
Okay, well,
definitely
thank
have
you.
my permission.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, okay, so last year you was on the BET Black Girls Rock with Cece Peniston, Crystal Waters. You was up in the show, singing your song "Show Me Love." What was that like, just being on stage and you get to see in the audience new generation just dancing to your music? Still remember I just remember that.
Well, first of all, let me say it was an honor. It definitely was an honor to be selected to be a part of that. I've watched it for years, and that was one of my dreams, one of my,
Hmm.
as you can say, my bucket list. Was to be on Black Girls Rock, and I just felt like I don't know. There was like three different places that I always said I needed to be. And once I got there, then I know, I think maybe I made it, in my mind. I
Hmm.
would say that one was the Apollo. And I made the Apollo,
Hmm.
and that was beautiful. And then it was the Monique show, and those were different plateaus for me in Black Girls Rock, because I've watched it for years. I'm sitting there
Hmm.
going, okay, I so want to be a part of this. I so want to be a part of this. And to have been a part of it was so freaking special. It was so special for me.
Yes, I'm so
So
glad you did. As
special.
soon as I was sitting there watching it and you come out, and I'm like, oh, they show me love. That's my jam. I'm like,
That's right. This is how I
yeah,
do it. That's right.
yeah. And you come out, hey,
That's
this is
right.
how
Get
like we.
up.
This is
Get
how I
up.
do it.
Get up. This is
And
how I do
everybody
it.
got, oh my god, got up. Oh my goodness, and acted a fool. And I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though the
But
set
that's what
should
it's
have been
all about,
longer,
though.
right?
That's what it's all about. Music is supposed to take you away.
Mm-hmm.
Music is not supposed to make you depressed. It's supposed to carry you to a place where you're at peace, and it just kind of makes you forget about certain things, especially that kind of music. It's not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to make you depressed.
Hmm.
It's supposed to make you feel good. And so
No.
yeah, this is how I do it.
You come out. That's how I do. I'm like, yeah, she better go. That's what do. And that's what happened to me. I told you today earlier. When I was at the restaurant. I ain't
Hmm.
gonna tell you where I was. I told you earlier where I was. And I'm sitting there listening to bumping music, and the girl look turn around like, what is she doing? I'm like, what are you looking at? I'm bumping to the leave me. I come out. I got the window
I'm
rolled up.
busy.
She's
I'm busy.
right. I'm
Leave me
listening to
alone.
the, and I'm just sitting there now, and she's looking at me like, what is she doing? And I'm sitting up there like listening to music. What are you looking at? Why are you staring? Go order your food. Leave me alone. So, but yeah, I'm glad you did that. I cannot wait till you go back to
Thank you.
BT again. But I was like, when I
Oh, I
see,
would
and
I
then
would love to do it.
yes,
I
but I
would
also
love to do
liked
it.
how they brought all three of you guys out from the house dance music, and I thought that was so. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, I thought that was phenomenal. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Now you did a song on another album called "The Way You Are." That was the song title.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! And I was looking at you, and I was on your Facebook, and I'm like listening to her talk, and I'm like, okay, I like what she's saying. The way you are. Please tell us why you came up with that title. What's the meaning behind it?
Well, I was in California, and I was writing with a gentleman by the name of Preston Glass,
Mm-hmm.
and we did another song called "Change of Heart." And then he played the song called, he played the music for me, and we said, okay, let's record it. Let's record. Let's write to it and let's record it. And it's a song that is so now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, and I wish more people would listen to it, because it is so now. It's for preteens who are having issues with peers, It's for young women who are having issues with life. It's for older women who are going through situations. It's like some puppet on a string. You don't have to be. You don't have to change a thing, at least not for me. I mean, and it is a gospel song, no less. Okay,
Mm.
it's powerful. It's a powerful, powerful song, and I just so appreciate being a part of the writing on that song, and being a part of it being put out, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song, and I hope when people listen to it that they can
Mhm.
identify with that, because you stay the way you are. Don't ever change. Don't ever change. Stay the way you are. God made us all perfectly imperfect. And so we have to learn to love the shells that we in. We
Mhm.
don't need to try on other personalities to
Mhm.
think that it's going to make us a better person, because it won't. I mean, you have to stay the way you are, and love the way God made you.
That's right.
I'll never be as high as two.
No, me neither.
I'll never
Like,
be a
them-
size two, okay? I'm
right.
gonna stay the way I am,
And that's right.
and I'm gonna be happy in the skin I'm in.
Right. And you was telling me, like, you was saying that to me yesterday about the advice, and today we was talking about that. Like, you just be happy that the body that God has given you and blessed you with, and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you
So,
can fine tune it. You can fine tune
right,
it.
right.
It's up to you to work on it and fine tune it, but you can't you can't be anybody else. You can't be anybody else. That's not who you were intended to be.
Mhm.
The only thing that you can be is the best presentation of yourself. That's the only person that you can be.
Right.
And yes, we all have, I won't say flaws, I'll say we all have inconsistencies, you
Mhm.
know, that we have to deal with. And so, work your way through that. Life is a beast, and things around you become like a whirlwind. But you have to be the best person that you can be for yourself, and understand why God made you and what your purpose is.
Right. That's deep. I like that. I'm definitely like that. So, what artists today do you see yourself collaborating with?
Ooh, you opened up a whole
Because
door.
we talked about it yesterday. You
See,
said Lettucey.
ooh.
I told you I do see you collaborate Lettucey, but I said you and Jill Scott, you guys are perfect for
I
each
would
other.
love to collaborate with Jill Scott. I would love to collaborate with India Irie. I would love to collaborate
Ooh.
with Fred Hammond. I would
Mhm.
love to sing on one of Kirk Franklin's. I just want to do it all. Let me tell you, my bucket list is yeah long. It's very long. So I want to do it all. I want to do it all. I would
No,
love to, but those are my tops.
I told you yesterday what Fred Hammond song that I like by Fred Hammond was "Jesus Be a Fence Around Me." I told you that was one of my all time. One of the
Hmm.
songs that I love. I have my iTunes. That's one of my songs. I'm always listening to on Sundays. That's one of my favorite songs by him. But I can definitely see you do a collaboration with Fred Hammond. Yes,
I would
yes,
love to. I would
yes.
love to. Yes. That you see my eyes go up. I would love to.
So what? Okay, I might probably have one person who wants to become a singer who's probably watching. What advice would you give to that person who's trying to be who's a struggling artist, don't know the direction to take if they want to get into business? Like, what would you what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, I would advise them to understand the business first, learn
Hmm.
the business, and there's a lot of reading that you can do. There's a lot of interviewing people that you can do. Um, because if you don't learn this business,
Hmm.
this industry is really rough. Um, you end up selling your soul.
You told me that yesterday for advice. Yeah.
Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul. People will have you selling your soul because they see how hungry you are and how bad you want it. And I never wanted to be a person where later on down the line someone would say to me, I made you so I can break you.
Mm.
That right there, those are fighting words for me.
Mhm.
And so it took me a long time to get into this industry. And I would like to say that I'm well respected in this industry, because I didn't sell my soul, and I will never sell my soul for fame. It will not happen. But these young girls, they want it so bad, and I understand that times are hard, and I don't know their living situations and how things are going down with them,
Right.
but the repercussions of selling your soul is so much greater than the actual selling of your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, and for the fellas too, the young men, you know, be hungry enough to learn this business first.
That's
And
right.
I say that with a sternness of a mother. Be hungry enough to learn this business first, so that you're not selling out or selling your soul, or having to work for someone who's pimping you for a couple of $1,000s. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just understand this business and how it works, because there's a lot of seedy people out there. I'm sorry, y'all. I just have to call it the way it is. People
No,
that
go
don't mean you
ahead.
well. They don't mean you well, and they know when they see money. They can smell it. They can smell it, and they want to manage you, and they want to do all this, and they make all these false promises. Well, they make these promises that sometimes don't come true. But by the time you realize that this is not a good situation, it's
Mhm.
already too late. So you have to know your business in this music. You have to know your business.
So 30 years you've been in this business. 30 you had an outstanding career. Have you accomplished everything you want to, or is there still one thing you still want to accomplish?
No, no, I'm constantly learning.
Mhm.
I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly wanting to do different things. I'm constantly wanting to tap into to certain things. Right now I'm trying to tap into the voiceover, animated voiceover situation, and oh gosh, no, I don't think I'll ever be tired. I don't think I will ever be tired of doing what I'm doing. There's a problem. There's a slight problem. The slight problem is that I don't know if it's gonna be really acceptable for me to be like in my 70s getting on the stage talking about you got to show me love. So I need to find something. I need to find
Hey,
something
girl.
else.
Actually, nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with
I
that.
need to find I need to find a fallback. You understand?
You're
So,
right.
so I can get behind the scenes and start working. But yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever stop. I'll be writing, I'll be doing other things, but no, this is my life. It's my livelihood. It's my life. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I was an executive secretary. I worked for the police department in New York,
Oh
in
wow.
Hempstead, New York. I've done a lot of different things, but this is all I ever really wanted to do. And so I cherish it. I cradle it and cuddle it like it's my baby. I give God all the praise for being able to sustain this long, and being able to still hold a note at this time in my life. That's not me. That's all God. And when He says that it's time to stop,
Hmm.
then I hope He'll provide that ram in the bush for me.
All right now. All right. Well, Miss
Oh
Robin,
God.
I want to thank you. I'll call you Miss Robin again. I'm gonna give you some.
Did you just call me Miss Robin?
Yes, I did. I don't know what is that respecting. I'm gonna stop with Robin. So listen, before we go, you have to. I gotta hear "Show Me Love" before I let you
Oh
go.
my God.
Because it wouldn't be right of me. Because I love that song so much, it would not be right of me to let you go. And people like, Priscilla, why you always sing "Show Me Love"? I'm
Okay.
like, okay, here it is. Go ahead, sing it. That way,
All
no one
right.
can never come after me.
Well, I'm just gonna do a little bit of it, okay?
Hey, that's fine with me.
Is
Go
that is that
ahead.
good? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heartbreaks and promises, I've had more than my share. I'm tired of giving my love and getting nowhere. nowhere. I need somebody who really cares. I really need a lover that wants to be there. It's been so long since I've touched a wanting hand. Oh yeah, I can't put my love on the line. I hope you understand. So baby, 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 if you want me, you've got to show me love. Words are so easy to say. You've got to show me love.
Thank you so much for doing
You're
that.
welcome.
Because I swear to
You're
God, so
welcome.
if somebody would have probably why you let her sing this song, now I don't have to hear it. Now I don't have to hear it. I'm so glad you did it, and thank you, Robin, so much. Now,
Thank you for having me.
Oh, Robin, thank you for allowing me to interview you. Oh my God, thank you so much. I had a wonderful time and everything. And
Likewise.
your advice you given me yesterday and today, I will take it all in. And just thank you so much. And thank you for giving this young girl from Kansas City a chance. And I really do thank you, Robin, so much. And stay
It's been
safe.
my pleasure. It's been
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Listen, much success to you. You're
Thank
heading in
you.
the right direction. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much. Everyone, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Miss Watley Presents Old School Tuesday Turnup. I also want to thank Tall Boy, my production guy. He's sitting back there. He's saying hi, but you guys can't see him. But I want to thank him for doing all this for me and everything. And also thank you, Robin, for being here. See, I corrected myself this time. I stopped myself. I got it. Robin, I got it. Okay. But I stopped myself this time. But thank you so much for being here. You stay safe and God bless everyone.
God
you guys
bless
have
you.
thank you. Everyone stay safe, be blessed, and wear your mask. Again, you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.